Lovely. Hi, Facebook land.
Got my menu, book.
We're going old school. How exciting. Or not. I don't know.
A little of both.
A little of both, right?
Keeping it interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think I really need my book, but it gives me comfort.
I was going to say, you are projecting the book, so really unneeded. 2 minutes. All right.
Thank you, too.
Hey.
Excuse me.
Hamda libi vechusna ve'anati talem ele hamda libi vechusna ve'anati talem ele hamda libi vechusna ve'anati talem ele hamda libi chusna ve'anati talem Hamda libi chusna ve'anati talem ele hamda libi v'chusna ve'anati talem lo yisa goy el goy cherev lo yilmedu od milchama lo yisa goy el goy cherev lo yilmedu od milchama lo yisa goy el goy cherev lo yilmedu od milchama lo yisa goy el goy cherev lo yilmedu od milchama lo yisa goy el goy cherev lo yilmedu od milchama lo yisa goy el goy cherev lo yilmedu od milchama yismechu hashamayim yismechu hashamayim yismechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz yismechu hashamayim yismechu hashamayim yismechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz yiram hayam yiram hayam yiram hayam השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ.
Hag Sameach, everyone.
Hag Sameach.
Hope you are having a wonderful evening. We are happy to be celebrating Simchat Torah together. We have a wonderful, exciting program, a very cool video that we have from the Central Conference of American Rabbis, and we have music and prayer beforehand. Just a brief service to get everyone in the mood and to allow those who need to say Kaddish to say Kaddish. We will begin with the kindling of our holiday lights. You can light candles if you have them at home, and we'll say the blessing together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel yom tov. May our festival lights open our eyes to the joys in life, beauty that delights the eye, freedom to be ourselves, the knowledge that Torah shapes our moral being, the heritage that celebration that unites us as a people. Praise to you, God, our sovereign of the universe, for giving us life, sustaining us, and enabling us to reach this season as we sing Shehecheanu together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheanu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheanu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
May our eyes sparkle with the light of Torah and our ears hear the music of its words. May the space between each letter of the scrolls bring warmth and comfort to our soul. May the syllables draw holiness from our heart. And may this holiness be gentle and soothing to us and all God's creatures. We rise together for Baruch Hu.
Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai.
Hafoch ba choleva, turn Torah and keep turning it, for everything can be found in it. Keep your eyes attached to it. Spend your lifetime in its study. Never budge from it, for there is no better way of life than this.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod, Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let these words guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. These words are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. For our Amidah this evening, just a reminder that this is the night. This is the night that those of you who prefer cool nights to sweaty summer restlessness, I guess you could see where I fall on that scale. This is the night where we officially change our prayers from Morid Hatal to Mashiv Haruach Umorid Hagashem. This is the moment where we acknowledge with our blessing that we are changing the season and praising God for the way time flows. So we continue with the Amidah.
Adonai sefatai titach ufi agid teilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Elohei Bilcha, Elohei Zilpa, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei hakol, V'zocher chazdei avot v'imahot, U'mevi geula livnei bneihem, Leman shemo me'ava, Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, V'chayei hakol atah Rav lehoshia. Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechalkel chaim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofei holim, U'matir asurim, U'mekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, U'mido melach, Nelech me'mit u'mechayeh, U'matzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman ata l'chayot hakol, Baruch ata Adonai mechaye hakol, ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, ukedoshim b'chol yom yehallelu Selah. Baruch ata Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
And as we offer our own prayers, as we acknowledge that we have many things for which we ask most sincerely for healing for those in our lives, those in our community who need our prayers. We continue with Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak veYaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel veLeah Yivarech veYirapeh et Achonim. Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak veYaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel veLeah Yivarech veYirapeh et Achonim. Elna refanala, Elna refanala, Elna refanala, Elna refanala. Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak veYaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel veLeah Yivarech veYirapeh et Achonim.
All those whose names we say out loud in our homes, and those whose names we type in the chat, and those whose names are on our hearts, be blessed with a complete healing. Take a moment now for our own personal prayers.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu Be'amecha Yisrael U'tefilatam Tamid avodat Yisrael
בשובך לציון. ברחמים. ברוך אתה אדוני המחזיר שכינתו
Simchat Torah is our opportunity to start again. We started again with our personal responsibilities on Rosh Hashanah. We started again with our responsibility to start over to each other on Yom Kippur. We started again with our responsibility to the environment on Sukkot. Now we have the opportunity to start again with our learning, with our opportunities to engage in Torah together. And it is on all of us to engage with Torah. And that phrase, it is on all of us, can be summed up in one word in Hebrew, Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד.
Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. We remember the holy martyrs of every age of Jewish memory, from the Crusades to the Inquisition, from the English expulsion to the Russian pogroms, from the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem to the destruction of communities in the Holocaust, those who have given their lives in defense of our nation and in defense of the state of Israel. We also take to heart the 15,215 Americans who've lost their lives this year since January 1st to gun violence. As we remember them all, let us meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. Tonight, from our CBT community, we remember those for whom we are observing a period of Shloshim, those whose funeral was 30 days ago or less. Selwyn Tuber, Mary Therese McGoran, Shani Perry Abovitz Cohen. We also remember those whose yahrzeit, the anniversary of their death, falls today on Simchat Torah. Stanley Bell, David Brown, Murray Kramer, Susan Hamrell, Stephen Manco, Patricia Marks, Henny Wax. Of course, if there is the name of someone for whom you are saying Kaddish, we encourage you to put their name in the chat so that we can add them to our prayers of memory. Kaddish Atom, Mourners Kaddish, together. Gadal v'kadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'alma di v'rach hirutei v'amlich malchutei. B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru.
Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'alam U'Almei Almaya.
V'yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemeid kudasha.
Richu.
Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru.
Amen.
Yehi shlama rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
May the one who makes peace in high places bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all the world, to which we say, Amen.
Amen.
It is video time. This is our tribute to Torah from the CCAR. So Jenna and Catherine, thank you so much for bringing us your music this evening. Jenna and I are going to shut off our videos so that you can watch it a little easier without having our faces in the way, but we're here watching with you, so enjoy.
Chag Sameach, happy holiday. We are so delighted that you have decided to join us, our community, our movement, in this wonderful, joyful celebration of Simchat Torah. We are joined by artists sharing some original repertoire, as well as familiar melodies to celebrate and dance with our Torah's wonderful stories and learning, and of course, hearing the end of our Torah and the beginning of our Torah once again, the celebration of our sacred story and our journey that continues. So have a wonderful celebration and enjoy.
Hey, my friends, my name is Noah Aronson, Shana Tova, and I hope that your holidays are sweet and filled with renewal and a sense of hope and positivity for where this year could potentially lead us. I want to send a offering out for a new way of framing the text of Ki Mitzion Tetzei Torah. So the literal translation of this is that Torah emerges from Zion, Mitzion. And I love thinking about how do we maybe think of that word Mitzion and see the relationship with the word Mitsuyan, which means excellence. And so what if from excellence is where Torah emerges from when we are fully stepped into our power, when we're fully communicating from our place of excellence, when we do everything from that place of, I want to try my best and do my best and be my best, that is when our Torah can emerge. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah.
I'd like to tell you a story about stories. It is said that when the Baal Shem Tov was in need of a miracle, there was a particular ritual he followed. He went to the woods to meditate, and after his meditation, he lit a fire and recited a special prayer. And at the conclusion of this ritual, the miracle he sought came to fruition. Later, when his disciple, the Maggid of Mezrich, was in need of a miracle, he too followed this ritual, except he had forgotten an important detail, such that when he went to the forest, he cried out to the divine, "Master of the universe, I don't know how to light the fire, but I know the special prayer." And that was sufficient. The miracle he sought came to fruition. Later, when Rabbi Moshe Leib of Sassov was in need of a miracle, he too followed this ritual, except he forgot a few more details, such that when he went to the woods, he cried out to the divine, "Oh, Master of the universe, I don't know the special prayer, and I don't know how to light the fire, but I know the place, and that must be sufficient." And it was. Now, when Rabbi Israel of Rizin was in need of a miracle, he didn't even bother going to the forest. Instead, he sat in his armchair, head in his hands, and cried out to the divine, "Oh, Master of the universe, I don't know the special prayer. I don't know how to light the fire. I don't even know where to go in the woods, but I know the story, and I can tell the story, and that must be sufficient." As vessels of our tradition, we carry our songs, our texts, our liturgies, our stories with us, and we're engaged in the business of telling them in all sorts of ways. And while we may never know the mountains they move or the miracle they provoke, we tell them anyway. May the stories we tell and the ways we tell them this year, next year, and the years to come continue to be sufficient. Shana Tova.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach leolam vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Hi everyone, my name is Eliana Rubin and I am so happy to be joining you during the Simchat Torah. We've reached the end of another year. We've reached the end of another reading. In this final portion, Moses ascends a mountain, looks out into the promised land, and passes away before his community, the Israelites, mourn him for 30 days. Now, we are in our second year of COVID. This is our second High Holy Days within the pandemic, and so it's both unfamiliar and familiar. There's newness and there's something that might be a little bit residual from years past. Much like the Israelites took time to process, we should also be taking time to process those that we've lost, whether it's loved ones or experiences. No one plans for things like this, but what we can do is we can take care of ourselves. We can support each other like the Israelites did after Moses' passing. Because once the Israelites entered into the promised land, they did so ready to do so. They were ready to move forward. They weren't necessarily moving on. They were keeping Moses' memory in their hearts, but they knew what they had to do. So as we continue on and as we finish up our reading of our Torah for this year, let's do so with clear hearts, minds, bodies, and souls.
V'lo kam navi od beYisrael kemoshe, asher yada'o Adonai panim el panim, lechol ha'otot v'hamaftim, asher shalacho Adonai, la'asot be'eretz Mitzrayim, lefaro ulcho avadav ulcho artso, ulcho hayad hachazaka, ulcho hamorah hagadol, asher asa Moshe, Le'enei kol Yisrael.
We join together. Chazak, chazak, v'nitchazek. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz v'haaretz hayet hatohu vavohu v'choshech al penei tehom v'ruach Elohim merachefet al penei hamayim vayomer Elohim yehi or Vayehi or, Vayar Elohim et haor ki tov, Vayavdel Elohim bein haor uvein hachoshech, Vayikra Elohim laor yom v'lachoshech kara laila, Vayehi erev vayehi voker Yom Echad.
The story of creation is more than astrophysics. Every day is a moment of renewal. The Torah tells us in the book of Genesis, light spilled out of darkness, waters were gathered together, land appeared and vegetation sprouted, living beings emerged and started to crawl and to swim and to fly and to walk. And God rested and God saw that the world was good. We just read this powerful text from a 270-year-old Torah scroll, which was rescued from the Holocaust. And the scroll, as well as the story, have messages for us of resilience and courage in the face of hardship and uncertainty. And on this Simchat Torah, we remind ourselves that we can be the ancestors that future generations need us to be. We take the lessons of the Torah and the materials of creation, and we can have the strength and fortitude to build a world of promise and potential in partnership with God and one another.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chaye olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
This is Hamotain Erev, a song that reminds us that our strength is built upon the strength of those who came before us. When we look to our ancestors and to our history, we are reminded that we have always been a people of strength. We have come from the weary, come from the small, we have come from the ones who were challenged by it all. We have come from the shadows, bringing in the light. We
Hey everybody, happy holidays. We're out on the road here with our band and brand new baby Willow. Wanting to wish all of you the happiest New Year's, all the holidays.
And we wish you so much love and peace and joy and all good things this year. And we hope you enjoy our song On and On, Door by Door.
Love you all.
Love you.
There is a past in every portrait. There is a truth in every tale. And all the days that came before us. There is the wind upon our sail.
There is a forest in every father as he stands amidst the wild. There is a mountain in every mother, her sturdy force of heart and mind. The door, Nagi, Light
Wow, what a meaningful and joyful celebration that was. We are grateful to our artists and clergy and educators, storytellers and teachers who shared their gifts with us as we celebrate Simchat Torah. We can't all be together in person, but the chance to continue to tell our stories and to celebrate is ongoing wherever we are. So we wish you Chag Sameach, happy holiday, and a Shana Tova. May it be a year of sweetness, of hope, and of joy.
Chag Sameach, everyone. Please remember tomorrow morning, 10:30, Yisker Simchat Torah. It is not at rdyzoom.com. There will be a link posted. It is being hosted by Temple Bat Yam, us Bat Yam and Shir Hamalot. We will celebrate together Simchat Torah and remember our loved ones. It is a custom on Simchat Torah to have a little drink and enjoy a little warmth and happiness of our own. And since we are not driving anywhere, I wish you all l'chaim, a wonderful evening. Chag Sameach.